I'm getting used to doing videos, so I hope everybody's safe through this corona. So let's get through this together. Let me explain a little bit on how to buy your first home and all the programs that you have available to you, so you can hopefully get into your first home this year. What you really need to do is get with the lender and find out what you qualify for. They will do a preliminary analysis of your credit and your income and say, hey, you qualify for X amount of dollars or X amount of payment for your home. Once you do that, it'll barely give you a picture. So once you come to me and say, hey, I qualify or I want to spend X dollars, I can send you out a search and send you the homes in the area that you want, the type that you want, in the price range that you want, and it gives me a better picture of how I can serve you, and so we're not out looking at homes that you don't like. I'm here to help you make your home purchasing process as least stressful as possible. There are things that come up, especially when you get into lending, that are real stressful, real time consuming, real tedious. There's a lot of paperwork that you have to find, that you have to fill out. And once you get those things in, hopefully it runs as smooth as possible. Sometimes it doesn't. Once you get in the contract, that's the easy part when it comes to real estate, because once you start getting into the money, everything starts floating around, and multiple people start getting involved. The underwriter start getting involved. The appraisal starts getting involved. First-time buyer. There's first-time buyer programs for down payment assistance. There's FHAs that start off at 580 credit score with 10% down. When you start getting into a regular FHA with 3.5% down, your credit score is going to be around 620. The down payment assistance program, they will give you up to 3.5% of your down payment, and that credit score starts around 660. But your lender has more and better information and current information than I do. But once you get that pre-approval, then you find a realtor. Then you start looking for the house. That's the fun part, for me at least. Once you find the house, I'll explain the process to you. You put in your offer, me as your realtor, I'll write up your contract, then we put in the offer, hopefully accepted. In Columbus, there's multiple offers. I had multiple listings that sold for the first showing, first offer, it's off the market. Then you put in your formal application for financing with the lender. That's when they're going to want your check stubs. They're going to want your banking account information. They want to see how much money you had in there for the last 90 days and your check stubs. It go more into detail as far as your financing. Then you go into your inspection period. Everybody needs an inspection, because if you turn around, don't get an inspection, and you find out there's a problem, the roof leaks, basement floods, you already bought the house, you've already closed, it's on you. You can't go back and say, I don't want the house anymore, because you've already signed the mortgage for it. After you get your inspection, then you negotiate the repairs. Once you get your list together, you go to the buyers like, hey, I want these repairs done. They negotiate back and forth and say, hey, I'm going to fix these, but not those. I'm not going to fix anything. You have the option then to back out if you want to. Your inspection, it runs around $380. That is the price that you have to come out of pocket for. But it's worth the price, because you don't know if, like I said, if the roof leaks, if the electrical's bad, if the plumbing sucks. That's just money it's more insurance more than anything else. You also want to start shopping for homeowners insurance, especially on the east side of Columbus. There's a lot of flood zones people don't know about, and in my last listing, it actually cost the deal the first time it was on the market, because they waited to the last minute to shop for flood insurance, and it came in too high. It threw up our ratios. The bank said, no, we can't finance you because you technically can't afford the house. But when you go into the lender and you're finalizing your mortgage, do not change anything on your credit report. Do not change anything on your credit report. I tell my people, pay the minimum and a little bit more, but don't charge off anything. Don't close any accounts. Don't open up any accounts, because they're going to check. And when they run your credit, if your credit score goes down, it might cost you into getting the house. The last deal I had, it turned around. It added another 3 weeks into closing because the buyer didn't tell the lender that he had changed jobs in this process. So they turned around, and when they verified his employment, he didn't work there. Then all of a sudden he wanted to tell them, oh, this is what happened. I need to get my check stubs. He had to wait for his check stubs to actually come in before we can actually close. And it cost him 3 weeks. Instead of a 30-day close on the FHA, 45 days on the VA, it took almost 3 months. And my buyer had already moved to Virginia, and they were waiting for their money. But it's very, very, very important that you don't do anything to affect your credit. If you have any questions, you can follow me on Instagram at Kevin the Realtor 614. You can give me a call at 614-226-5944. Send me a text, whatever. If I'm up, I'm answering the phone. If not, I'll get back to you on the same day. Have a good one.